We hear some stories once in a while here at Blaine and Allyson, and we always want to share them with you because we know that, sometimes we need to be reminded of certain things, and we also know that our audience is a very giving and kind audience.
March is National Kidney Month, and it was a good time to remind people, it's a good time to maybe fill out your donor card. The main thing I thought of was, it reminds me, fill out your donor card, but there's so many things that you can do. You don't just have to wait till you're not here to get rid of your organs.
Right,
I mean,
you can do it while you're alive.
Yeah, and I talked to Mark a lot, one of our listeners, Mark Noble, and we talked through email, and he recently shared with me his story, a story about his wife Nancy Noble, who's here, and Nancy's not quite sister-in-law, but Michelle, who dates Nancy's brother. And Mark had sent along a blog that's being kept by this entire family, and the reason that this blog was started was because Nancy needed a kidney. And and
Michelle, you heard about this, and what was your first reaction?
Well, when I first heard of that, I felt bad for Nancy because I know they've had a lot of tragedy in their family. They had a brother who died of a brain tumor as a teenager, a sister who died of breast cancer after giving birth to her second child.
Oh my God!
Stepfather died of Alzheimer's. The father died of diabetes. The mother has MS and is wheelchair bound. So it was just another tragedy that they were about to face, and so. She told us about she had been living with kidney disease for over 20 years, and then all of a sudden she's been managing it with medication, and the doctor said, I think you're going to need a transplant. So I found out through her brother, Jim, and I said, well, let her know we'll do anything we need to do to help her.
By the way, I just want to point out, it's not like Michelle and Jim have been dating. They're not like on the Warren and Allison plan. They haven't been together for 22 years.
They've only been together for
about three, right.
Yeah.
So,
So you're kind of new to the family.
Yeah.
And clearly,
in a way.
What I see here is Michelle is like usurping the role of all the other in-laws and jumping right ahead of them in pecking order.
Well.
By handing over the kidney. That's what this really is about.
They did test all the family members. It kind of turned out all the family members weren't matching.
I just wanted to make sure. I just thought, because this was pretty smooth by Michelle.
Yeah, right?
Now, your sister Lauren even said, I guess she will be part of the family now because part of me will be in Nancy.
Yeah, that's true.
It is true, Michelle. Like, seriously, you're like Nancy's favorite family member now. So, but anyway, I think you were in the middle of explaining how it kind of went about because no one else wound up being a match.
Right. So her brother, who I was supporting all along, saying, well, let's get tested together. We'll do this together. Mm-hmm. We went in for that. And he was ruled out because of a heart problem as a child. And then her other sister was ruled out because of not a match with blood. I happened to come back with...
Husband's ruled out.
Husband's ruled out
Mark's
as well.
Ruled out, yep.
And then I happen to have universal blood type O, which I'm able to give then to Nancy.
You're just like the most popular chick on the block, aren't you?
I didn't even know because I'd never even donated blood.
Yeah.
Right. Oh,
now
wow.
I feel compelled to.
Wow. So you go kidney, then blood.
Right.
Exactly.
Most of us start the other way.
Yeah, most of us. Baby steps, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is great. And what about you? I mean, Nancy, how thankful are you?
I know. Everybody is calling Michelle my angel.
Yeah.
Because if not for Michelle, you would go on the donor list.
I'm on the donor list now.
Yeah.
But it's about 5 years.
Yeah.
And it's always better to get a live kidney.
Yeah.
Because usually it works pretty much right away.
Right.
Yeah. There are also 3,000 people in Michigan on that donor list, just in the state alone.
Sometimes these things present themselves to you, and you never know. And you think to yourself, would I be brave enough, like Michelle?
Right.
Would I be brave enough to step up? And I mean, the truth is, we can exist on one, and we have to. So we have the ability to help people if in need.
Absolutely.
But you ask yourself that question, would I be brave enough to do that if need be? And you always hope the answer is yes, I would be. Right. Because obviously lives are at stake, and I'm sure, if you had to sit on the donor list, Nancy, and nobody wants to have that kind of anxiety. What if nothing comes?
Right, or you get up on dialysis, and that's very difficult.
One thing Michelle had said that I really liked, you were kind of outlining all of the tragedy that Nancy and Mark and their family have been through, and Michelle kind of had her own thing, with, you suffered a lot of loss.
Yeah, that's what ultimately swayed my decision, is that I lost a sister to suicide, a husband to cancer, and a boyfriend of 6 years to the flu just recently in January. Wow. And I told his mother when I went to they were holding a benefit. He had left behind 3 children and 2 stepchildren, so 5 kids. And I said, I've decided I'm going to donate my kidney to Nancy because, just because I've seen so much tragedy and young lives lost that I want to help save a life.
Right, and be a part of
Give life.
of life going on as opposed to all this life that's being lost around you.
And also, people are amazed when they talk to me, and I don't want people to be amazed or think it's something unusual. I want it to become sort of
second nature.
Exactly, and that's kind of why we started the blog. We're going to walk everyone through the experience, like what we went through before the surgery, during the surgery, and after, so they can see, oh, maybe I can do that.
Guys, thanks for coming in. We
Thanks for
appreciate it.
sharing your story. All our best to you too.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
luck. It's 96.3 WDVD.